Hey Alex, really appreciate the question, mate, and let's have a look. So this is our question here, and it ultimately is an application of what we're given with this formula. So our acceleration formula equals final velocity minus initial velocity over time. And so from this question, we can see that time is the variable that they want us to find here. So we just need to fill in these other blanks with the right values. And we can just take this from the question. So firstly here, we're given a velocity. So the diver's body hits the water at 8 meters per second. That's a velocity. We'll define that as final or initial in a second. And they actually make it really easy because they say the final velocity here is 1 meter per second. So this must be initial. So this must be final. And so we've got up here, v minus u is 1 minus 8. And then importantly, over on the left-hand side here for acceleration. And I think this may be where you went wrong in the end. We've got a rate here of 1.5 meters per second squared. And that looks like acceleration. Although it says deceleration here. And the only difference you've got to make there, but it's an important one, is adding a negative in front. Because we're not accelerating in the positive direction. We're actually getting slower with time. And so that's got to be a negative 1.5. But yeah, here we've got our equation with one unknown, and we can solve from here. So I'm going to start by going 1 minus 8 meters per second, which gives us negative 7 on the top there. And we're still divided by t. But I want to get rid of, I don't want to get rid of this t. I want to move it to the other side here. So I'm going to multiply both sides by t at this step. And then that'll give me the more simple expression of negative 1.5t equals 7. Cool. Here we want to isolate t further by dividing both sides by negative 1.5. Just like that. So these will cancel over here. Just leaving t. And then on this right hand side, you'll notice that you've got a negative divided by another negative. Similarly to how if you multiply two negatives together, it gives you a positive answer. It's the same with division here. So two negatives make a positive. And that's why having a negative acceleration here is the key to this question. Because if you're given a negative divided by a positive, it's going to give you a negative value for time, which actually can't happen. And so we're just left with 7 divided by 1.3. I like to convert 1.3 to a fraction here, so I just made it 1.5 I made into a fraction of 3 over 2. And it just tells me to, if I'm dealing with a division by a fraction, I like to actually use a division symbol here and then divide by the whole fraction. Because when you divide by the fraction here, you can multiply by the reciprocal, which would give me 14 over 3 seconds. And in a decimal, because I don't know, this is fine, you could stop here. But it's probably worth putting in a decimal answer just because they gave this in a decimal in the question. And you never know when they might award marks for correct units and correct decimal or fraction notation. So if we're going to do this to 2 decimal places, it'll be 4.67, or 4 2/3 would be correct as well. Alright mate, hope that helps, and let me know if there are any issues with that. Thanks.